They say beauty kills, but sometimes it cannibalizes.
Born in Egypt in 1968, Omaima Ari was an absolutely stunning woman. She had lived with an abusive father and had even suffered from female mutilation. This made anything intimate extremely painful and traumatic for her. At 18 years old, she met an American oil worker and began a relationship with him. Omaima's mother insisted that in order for her to get out of poverty, she should marry him, and so she agreed. She then immigrated to Texas, where he was from. Unfortunately, her marriage didn't last very long, and she was now stuck in a country that she didn't really speak the language of. She took jobs modeling and even as a nanny, but had to resort to petty theft in order to make it by most of the time. She typically met men and moved in with them quickly, spending a lot of their money until they got sick of it and she would disappear. That was until she met 56-year-old Bill Nelson over a game of pool in Huntington Beach, California. Just a few weeks after meeting, the two drove to Phoenix, Arizona and got married. Most of Bill's family was very skeptical of his new wife, considering she was younger than some of his children, but they welcomed her anyway. The couple moved to California and set up their home in Bill's apartment. But just a few months later, in that Thanksgiving of 1991, things between the two would escalate. On Thanksgiving Day, Bill spoke on the phone to his daughter Margaret about how everything was going great. He invited her to Thanksgiving, but she said no, and that was the last conversation anyone had with him alive. 3 days later, on the morning of December 1st, Omaima showed up at her ex-boyfriend's house, covered in cuts and bruises. She was sobbing and said that she had attacked and killed her husband after he had tried to assault her. She went on to say that not only had she cut up the body, but needed his help disposing it. Her ex-boyfriend said, "Yeah, sure, fine, just meet me here a little bit later." As soon as she left, he called the police. Police found Omaima inside Bill's Corvette, and next to her in the passenger seat were trash bags filled with Bill's remains. Once inside the apartment, they found a bloody scene. Despite trying to clean up, the mattress was completely soaked, and human skin and guts were just kind of everywhere. Inside the kitchen, in a deep fryer, were 2 human hands floating in oil. In the trash, mixed with some leftover turkey, was more human remains. And in the freezer, wrapped up in tinfoil, was Bill's head. Not only this, but apparently she had decapitated, dismembered, disemboweled, and castrated him too. Omaima claims that she attacked Bill in retaliation for being assaulted, but forensics found absolutely no evidence of assault on her. They also noted that the body had been dismembered with unusual precision, as if she'd done this before. She told a psychiatrist that, quote, "nothing was sweeter than her husband's meat." She is currently serving life where she'll likely be until she dies.